हरि ओम कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेणाभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य अक्लिष्टकर्मणः हनूमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रवृतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्दयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्थो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो நமோஸ்து சந்திரார்க்க மருத்கணேபியா நாடிய பொருள் கைகூடும் ஞானமும் புகழும் உண்டாம் வீடியல் வழியது ஆக்கும் வேரியம் கமலை நோக்கும் நீடிய அரக்கர் சேனை நீருபட்டழிய வாகை சூடிய சிலை ராமன் தோல்வழி கூறுவார்க்கே. நமஸ்சபாயை. Sri Ramayan and Life Management Lecture Series 89th sitting Eka Navati Tama Sangoshti Ramayan Lecture Series on Life Management at the Hindu Temple of Lubbock. It is the 89th sitting, and we have come to an important place where we are seeing different rasas, different gunas. Ramayana is a sastra. Not only it is a sastra, it is a kavya. When you have kavya, it has to have navarasa. सुवर्णकूटं रजतापिकूटं माणिक्यकूटं मणिरत्नकूटं अनेककूटं बहुवर्णकूटं श्रीचित्रकूटं शरणं प्रपद्ये. सुवर्णकूटं, they have come to a place after 5 days of stress. Ram, Sita and Lakshman, they feel at home because they have seen the hills of Chitrakoot. Suvarnakootam, at one place it looks like golden hill. Rajataabhikutam, Rajat mane silver. It looks like silver. Manikyakutam, it's like manikya and a lot of pearls. Maniratnakutam, Anekakutam, the series of peaks. Bahuvarnakutam, Sri Chitrakutam, Sharanam Prapadye. So they came and they built their Parnashala. Lakshman built the Parnashala. Vastospate swaha, vastospate idannamama, somaya swaha, somaya idannama, dishini swaha, dishinena idannama. So Devaganan pujayitva, they prayed all the devatas to make that abode auspicious. So they are going to settle. And then how? It was because Sage Bharadwaj's guidance that Rama, Lakshmana and Sita came to Chitrakoot. So on the 5th day, after the Kaikeyi asked Rama to leave, and then Sita followed as a Dharmapatni, and then Lakshmana also followed as a dutiful brother. So 5 days have gone, and then they crossed the Yamuna, and Bharadwaja guided Rama to go to Chitrakoota because he says sages find peace in Chitrakoota. Whereas Tulsidas varies differently. We are going to see the Swarasya here. Raso Vaisaha Rasaguhye Vayam Labdhvanandi Bhavati Veda. Because each Kavi, each Muni or Kavi, both here, Valmiki is a Muni, Valmiki is a Kavi. Tulsidas is a Bhakti Shrestha Muni, Bhakti Shrestha Kavi. So they pour out their heart in different form because Valmiki wanted to portray Rama, Devyam Manushya Rupena, Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasarath. That was Valmiki's edict, to make sure that Kathanayak, the hero of Ramayana, is a human being. Whereas in the later days, by then Rama was well established. This was done in Treta Yuga, Valmiki Ramayana. Whereas Tulsidas is some 600 years back. So it was by then well established that Ram is nothing but Paramapita Vishnu. Sri Ramam Sarasiruha Aksha Amalam. Who is he? He is like Paravasudeva. Right hand side he is having a chin mudra. Left hand side he is doing Alingan. He is embracing his Patni Sita. This is what Tulsi imagines. Sri Ramam Sarasirva Akshamalam Durvankurasha Shyamalam Vidyut Koti Nibha Prabham Bharadaram Virasanadishtitam Vamanga Upari Samstitam Janakajam Alingyata Bahuna Tattvam cha aparapanina munigananam agyapayantam bhaje. What a Sanskrit. So the Kavi imagines this. And this session would not have happened, of course, without the support of the temple. But this temple ki Vitta Sanchalak, treasurer. Today we have very regulars. And today one of the others said, I am having this, I am having that. Then that Vitta Chantalak, Srimati Hetal Parik said, I am going to come. So that is Shraddha. Shraddha Bhagasya Murdhani. If you have dedication, like you said, I am always on time, prompt on time, I am never missed work. That is Shraddha. That will lead to somewhere. This is because of these people. I'm remembering what 40 years back, when I was 14. So 41 years back, somebody taught me, and I'm getting walks with Devim Vacham Ajanayanta Deva Tam Vishwarupa Pashavo Vadanti Sano Mantresh Murjan Duhana Denurva Gasman Upasushtu Taitu Ved. It is Devi. The walk itself is Lord. So use it properly. Devim vacha majanayanta devaha tam vishwarupa pashavo vadanti sano mantresha murjanduana denurvag asman upasuttutaitu yadvag vadantya vichetanani Rashtri devanam nishasada mantra chatasra urjam duduhe payagumsi. I used to met raga, but anyway. Chatasra urjam duduhe payagumsi kwasvidasya paramam jagama. This is like cow. If your walk is flowing like the milk flows from the udder of the cow, that too in praise of the Lord and in praise of the bhaktas, what else? That is the best way to spend time. So you gave the opportunity. Dhanya ho. So what happens? So this Tulsidas imagines, Kavis imagine Rama as a Paramapurusha. Sri Ramam Sarasiruha Akshamalam. He is sitting on the lotus. Sarasiruham Aksham. His eyes are ayata lochana. Eyes are like lotus petals. Aksham amalam. Beautiful, pristine eyes. Durva ankura is like the green grass you do for this Vinayaka. It's like that grass. Durva Arugambul in Tamil. Durva ankura shyamalam. Greenish black. Vidyut koti nibha prabham baradaram. His clothes are all shining like here. Vidyut mane, lightning. So lightning shining. Vidyut prabha, vidyut koti nibha prabham baradaram. Ambaram means cloth. He is wearing the clothes shining like lightning. Virasana dishtitam. He is sitting in a virasana. If it is virasana, then right hand is chin mudra, left hand is alingan for his wife, on his wife. Vamanka upari samstitam janakajam alingyatam bahuna vamamane, left. Tattvam, then what does he do? He is preaching the tattva, he is preaching the Veda, he is preaching Dhamma by this chin mudra. So, Chat, Chit, Ananda, everything is one. Paramatma Aikya, Sat, is Tat is Sat, Achit, Aur, Jnana Padartha, Ajnana Padartha, Evam Sivam, Evam Mangal, Sabhi unki paas hota hai. That is Chin Mudra. They all confluence in him. Om. Akarartaha Vishnuhu Makarartaha Jivatma Ukaraha Tad Anayoho Sambandham. Jivatma, Paramatma. The connection, that becomes Pranava. Anyway, so Tattvam cha Aparapanina. So this Aparaparina, the next hand, right hand, is doing. So Tulsidas imagines him. Imagine. So when Rama, Lakshmana and Ma Sita comes to Valmiki, they come to Valmiki ashrama. Tulsidas forgets that he is Tulsidas. He imagines himself to be Valmiki praising Rama. Ram never. So, Tulsidas, if you have studied Tulsidas, the meter of Tulsidas is divided into 4. Doha. Doha mane, it is not equal. 4 legs of the poem are not equal. If 4 legs of the poem, a poem is made of 2 lines with 4 quarters. Okay, 4 quarters make 1 line. Similarly, two halves make 1 line. 2 lines means 4 halves. If it is equal, then it is known as chaupai. Pai mane pa, chau mane char. That is chaupai. But then, in the meter, it is called doha, that it will not be an equal number of letters in line. It is known as doha. So normally, in Hindi kavita mein doha aur chaupai. But Tulsidas brings 2 other more meters called chandas evam sorata. So you only count chandas, you only count sorata, and you only count dohe. You don't count chaupai. So if you say how much is Tulsidas, then you will tell by the addition of sorata, chandas aur dohe. Particularly when it comes to sorata aur chandas, intermediately he will fuse this meter of sorata aur chandas. That is basically eulogy. If he is bringing sorata aur chandas meter, it will be praising Ram as if Tulsi is praising. Tulsi bolte. He will say, hey, I am Tulsi who is saying that. The story will run. Wherever he wants to express his view, he brings 2 meters called sorata and chandas. This you should know. So if he is talking that, oh, I want Tulsi kahe. Tulsi says that Rama is Brahman. Then he will use either sorata or chandas. Understand that. That itself is a kavya. So there are 4 different ways. When it comes to doha and chaupai, it is the story running. Ram went there, Sita was there, he was crying. So the storyline will go. Wherever he wants to infuse some edicts, wherever he wants to give ideas, or wherever he wants to express his mind as expressed by Tulsi, he will use sorata or chandas. In the entire Tulsidas Ramayan, we have come to this great sarga. And whoever is listening, it's blessed today. Because it is the only place in the whole Tulsi Ramayan, when Rama meets Valmiki, Tulsi, when he uses the meter called sorata, he will not say Tulsi said. So what he becomes himself Valmiki to praise Rama. It's a great, and when people come to this in Tulsi Ramayan Katha, Gujarati mein, aur Vrindavan mein, aur Ayodhya mein, people throng when this gatta comes. Because this is very unique. Valmiki becomes, Tulsidas becomes himself Valmiki. That is the reason. Even though Tulsi was not an biographer, whereas Valmiki was a biographer of Rama and Ramayan, whereas Tulsi was not. But why Tulsi Ramayan is more prominent in northern India? Because this aspect is hidden in Tulsi Ramayan, that he becomes Valmiki. So the writings of Tulsidas is none other than the writings of Valmiki. Dhanya ho. So this gatta, people throng. They don't even come in throws for Sita Kalyan. They come. But next gav, when they say this Katha Vachak is going to talk about Tulsi Sorat, Valmiki Sorat say, then people throng. Because that becomes Tulsi Ramayan on par with Valmiki Ramayan. In the entire text of Tulsi Ramayan, nowhere when Chandas or Sorata comes, he misses the word Tulsi, Das kahe. No, it will be flowing without referring himself, as if Valmiki himself is saying. What does Valmiki say? Valmiki says when he sees Rama and Sita, he says he is none other than Parama Purusha, Paramapita, the Father in the heaven. Rama Sarup Tumhara. This is as if in Sorta. So Valmiki sees Rama, that is where we are. So he has come to Chitrakoot. Then he is seeing some havan going on. There Valmiki is stationed there. Valmiki does Swagatam Suswagatam. Then immediately Valmiki pours, Tulsidas pours his heart in Sorata without referencing himself. That as if this is Valmiki himself is speaking. So the entire Ghatha Tulsi Ramayan is nothing but than Valmiki Ramayan itself. Rama Sarupa Tumara Bachana Agochara Buddhi Par Abhigata Atkata Apara Neti Neti Nita Nigama Kaha Sorat. In Sorat Chandasi, he doesn't say Tulsi. Listen. Rama Sarupa Tumara. You have a unique. If people say you have Akar, if some people say you have Nirakar, whether you have Rupa or non-Rupa, Rama Sarupa, you are Rama, Ramayati Tiram Rama Anand, Raso Vaisaha, Rasaguhye Vayam Labdhva Nandayati. You are the Rasa, you are the group, you are the constellation of characters, good characters. Raso Vaisaha, Rasaguhye Vayam Labdhva Nandi Bhavati. Because of that you are Anant, Ye Paramapita. He is telling it in Awadh, in local Bhasha. Rama Sarupa Tumara. Agochar, I cannot explain. Agochar Buddhi Apar, you are behind my comprehension. Abhigata, I cannot reach you. But I am reaching through Ramakatha. I am reaching through Tulsi Vani. Abhigata Akata, I cannot write story about you, Rama. How can I write? 14 years, 24-year-old Balak forgets the entire Rajya, nowhere to go, nobody known. He is just walking. Akhatha, can you write a story about it? This is Tulsi ki Vani, Parama Pavitra. Apar, you are beyond thoughts. Veda says Neti, Neti, Neti. No. What is Ram? What is Brahma? This, it could be this universe, beyond universe. No, no, no. It is Ananta, Ananda. Neti, Neti, Nita, Nigama. Nigama mane Ved. Neti, Neti, Nigama, Nita, Kaha, He Rama Sarupa. So, Tulsi becomes Valmiki, and this is the authentication according to Bhaktas, particularly in northern land, to eulogize Tulsi Ramayan as such a pavitra. In fact, it is recited more than Valmiki Ramayan in north. Whether there is a vivah, they will bring Katha Vachak. Gaon mein, Gita Press, next to Bhagavad Gita, the biggest selling book of Gita Press is Tulsi Ramayan. It has become part of culture. Here they call baseball. Here Tulsi Katha is the culture. And that is the reason that lady said, I will come. That is there in her blood. Particularly north mein hai, bhakti. South mein sastra. So, but I am into bhakti. Anyway, so Valmiki says, hey Dhanya ho, what should I say? He says, where should I go? Hey Ram, you are Paramapita. Could I tell you anything? You are the one, you should guide me. Rama Sarupa Tumara Bachana Agochara Buddhi Par Abhigata Akata Apara Neti Neti Nitana Nigama Kaha. Hey, so he says, I am very happy, let us reside. So we are going to take our mind away. So Rama is going to stay in Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot Ghat pe bhai Santani ki bheed. Tulsidas Chandana gise Tilak kare Raghubir. Then Tulsidas settled there. Tulsidas settled in 3 places. He was born in Kashi. Then he stayed some time in Awadh, in Ayodhya, Saketapuri. Then he spent time in his native place on the banks of Mandakini in Chitrakoot. That is why it is very favorite to Tulsidas. And that is the reason Valmiki in Tulsidas will say that it is Mera Guru. Pratama Kavinam Valmiki Madhumaya Bhanitinam Margadarshi. Who was the forerunner of the Sanskrit Kavya? Who is the forerunner? Who is the forefather of Sanskrit Kavita? It is Valmiki. Kalidas says, none other than the Mahakavi Kalidas says, Madhumaya Bhanitinam Margadarshi Magarshi. So, Tulsidas considers Valmiki is his guru, Manasika Guru. इसीलिए he slightly changes the story from Valmiki that it is not Bharadwaja who directed Ram to stay in Chitrakoota. It is Valmiki who said, hey Ram, stay put in Chitrakoota. So Ram stays for 10 months or so until Bharata comes and meets. When Bharata comes and meets, the entire battalion of Ayodhya came. So then Ram will not have tranquility and peace. So he started moving place to place for 12 years in that Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh and Western Maharashtra. All those places called Dandaka Aranya. That was the place which Dasarath did not rule apparently. That was ruled by Ravana. Don't ask me, that is the Katha. So Rama went into the place of his enemies, enemy for the world. Anyway, we'll see all that. So then Valmiki says Rama builds a Parnashala beautifully. Lakshmana built it. He did all the Vastu Purusha Yajna. Then it is a Kavya. So the screen changes. The scenery changes, the backdrops changes. 3 days back, Rama crossed Ganges with the help of Guha. There again, there are slight deviations. In Valmiki Ramayan, Guha gets the help of his men and battalion, and then Guha lets his men drive so that Guha comes up to the southern banks of Ganges. And then he sees Rama going to Bharadwaj and he comes back. That is Valmiki Ramayan. But Tulsi is a Bhakti Kavi. So Tulsi drags on Guha until Rama reaches Chitrakoota. So for 3 days Guha has been with Rama until he reaches Chitrakoota. So 3 days have gone past. Sumantara is staying on the northern banks of Ganges. So bring the story. Both Tulsidas and Valmiki. This is the greatest life lesson. And I said Raso Vaisaha Rasaguhyevayam Labdvanandi Bhavati Rasa. The Valmiki so far has brought Sringara Rasa. Rama gets elated. Hey Sita, see the deer, see the leopard, see this. So he becomes a yuva. He becomes a romantic scenes come. We have said that. Never ever in the past 12 years since marriage, Rama has experienced such romance with Sita. The place was so congenial for him. So, Shringar Ras Utpanna hua. Okay, but now Valmiki changes because it is a Kavya. He is going to bring the deepest sense of sorrow, Dukkha Rasa, Viyoga Rasa, Shokena Nasyat Sahayata. Beautiful life lesson. What is there? When there is sorrow, you have faith and you are on your own. So much only your friends and family can give you support. Unless you lift yourself. Shoke nasyati sahayata. Beautiful phrase. So the scenery changes. Valmiki is going to bring the scenery in Ayodhya where these old women, Kausalya, Mata Kausalya and Dasarata is slowly giving away his life. Entire change in scenario. And the phrase Valmiki puts is, when it comes to sorrow, hey Manushya, see the life of Dasarata and see the life of Kausalya. How much Dasarata had 60,000 wives, this much sages like Vasitto, Vamadevacha, Jabali, Rata, Kaustupaha. He has so many people. Sapta Rishis are at his behest, but nothing helped because he was not able to lift himself up. This is the greatest lesson in life. You have sorrow, get up. Dust up and get up. It is so relevant today. That's why I say Ramayana is a life managing Katha. This phrase comes, so okay, when you are having sorrow, nasyat, you can only rely so much on friends and family, even mother and father. Nasyat sahayata. Sahayata mane help. What is there in Soho? These people can create the ambience, but it is you who has to lift up. The same thing in the Dhyana Yoga. Greatest sloka Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga mein, chapter 6. Uddharete atmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuhu atmanah. Uddharete atmanam. Uddharete atmanam. It is only you who can lift yourself. Uddharete, lift. Atmana, with yourself. Atmanam. You can lift yourself, you can lift your spirit, you can lift your body only because of you. That you is nothing but faith. Uddharet atmana atmanam. If you want to sleep and lie down and be dejected, it is you. Atmanam na avasadayet. It is what a beauty. Ramayana tells, Krishna preaches. Uddharet atmana atmanam atmanam navasadaye. Don't put your atma to bring you down. It is your atma. Yourself is your friend. Atmaiva atmane bandhuhu. Atmaiva ripu, ripu mane enemy. Atmaiva ripu atmana. So, be judicious, lift up. Kausalya says to Dasarata, hey Dasarata, you made it yourself. In this sorrow, sun is gone. You have so many greatest knowledge people in the world. Vasishta. Vasitto Vamadevascha Jabali Ratakashyapah Katyayano Suyajnascha Gautamo Vijayastada. Imagine. Pratasmaraniya. Vasitto Vamadevascha Jabali Atakashyapah Katyayanaha Suyajnyaha. Jabali Ratakashyapah Katyayano Suyajnascha Vamadeva. All the people learned. Yug. Nothing helped. He went away because he lost his confidence. He said, I don't want to live. Shoke nasyati sahayata. It is only you. You are alone. The saying says, if you go through sorrow, go tell somebody. General, there may be exception. General, what they say, 50% of the people don't care. 50% of the people are happy that you got it. See Ramayana. So, this guy, Sumantara, left Rama on the northern banks of Ganges and then introduced to Guha. So, Guha comes. Kuva munnam ilayon kurihi ni avan yarana anbin iranjina and Tamil Kamban pours. So the Guha comes. Nishadraj. He comes. Who are you? Rama came. Sumantara, the charioteer, dropped them on the northern banks of Ganges. Huge Ganges. There was a guy there. Nishad. This guy, Lakshmana, didn't even ask. He comes running. Kuva munnam ilayon kurihi. Come. Lakshmana didn't. Ilayon mane Lakshmana. Anuj. Kurugi. Ni avan yaryana anbin irany. Who are you? Why are you running to meet my brother Rama? Deva nin kadal sevika vandenan. Hey Lakshman, hey Ram, I have come to say my prostrations to you. Deva, you are the Deva, you are Paramapita, I know. That's why I have come to take refuge in you. The other way, Ram needs people to help him. It was not pure bhakti. So Vidur, when Yudhirashtra says, Vidurji comes, his Chote Papa, he comes after all the nasty war has ended. Vidur comes and then on the banks of Yamuna, Astinapur mein, Rajya ka shuru hota hai. The Yudhishthira left everything. Yudhishthira left everything. Ran to Yudhishthira. Bhavadvida bhagavata tirtha bhuta tirte sarve tirti kurvanti tirtani swantastena gata. Forget this land, forget this Rajya, forget this Astinapura. Everybody, 18 Akshonya Sena evaporated. 18 Akshonya. Nobody there. Thousands and thousands of women were left without husbands. Senayoho ubayo madhye ratam sthapay mechuta. Life has gone, world in vinash. He didn't care. What for all this? It is only for you people. It is only people like Vidura. It is like people like Uddhava. Bhavadvida bhagavataha tirtha bhutaha tirti kurvanti tirtani. You are the people who can make this land pious. Swantastena gadabrita. Because you are the only one carrying the true Swantastena gadabrita. The Lord who carries the Gada. Only you people carry it. Jitubaji said to me, I value him like that in this vicinity. He wrote to me that I am in the Pushtimarg holy Sambrama. So that is the reason I have to miss. You would have seen the conversation, what I responded to him. So that is Bhavadvida Bhagavataha Tirtha Bhutaha. So Sumantara was standing for, he didn't know what to do. Then the news comes through Guha that Ram has settled in Chitrakoota. Then what is the duty of this charioteer? He has to go back and relay this to Dasaratha. Dasaratha's life was hanging in the hinge. Kathayitva sukha dukkhartam sumantrena chiram saha rame dakshina kulaste jagama swagruham guha. So Guha came back because I tried to convince Rama to come with me to stay in what is the place of Guha's place, abode called? What is Guha's place called? Shringiberpur. On Prayagraj, on the northern banks of Prayagraj, there is a small place even today called Guhastan, which is none other than Shringiberpur. Shringiberpur स्थान की राजा है गुह्यक. गुजराती में गिरिधरदास बोलते हैं ये तो गुह्यक है. Who people stay in गुहा, गुफा में रहने वाले के अधिपति ये तो गुह्यक. So Girdidas puts his own twist there. So he doesn't call him Guha, he calls Guhyak. Okay. So Guha comes and tells, see, now imagine the scenery change. It will come, so much cry and cry and cry. Vilalapa. Rame Dakshina Kulaste. Rama is gone on the southern banks of Yamuna. They crossed Ganges. Then Lakshmana made the boat. According to Valmiki Ramayan, Guhan did not go. So Lakshmana has to make the boat. So 2 times they did the boat. First boat they crossed Ganges and they came to Prayagraj. And then they walked the intermediary island between Ganges and Yamuna in Prayagraj for a day. Then Lakshmana made the small boat to cross Yamuna because that is not as big as Ganges. So imagine the scenery. So Dakshina Kulaste. So now that Ram, Lakshman and Sita have gone to the southern banks, no more river. Because Chhattisgarh comes, hilly region, until Narmada that comes, Godari comes. It will take 10 more years. Imagine, the story will go. So, then the news comes through Guha that Ram has gone to Chitrakoot. Bharadwaja abhigamanam prayagecha saha asanam agire gamanam tesham tatraihi upalakshitam. Agire gamanam. Giri. They have seen the Giri. Because of the connection with Bharadwaja, they have befriended with Bharadwaja. Imagine. In Valmiki Ramayana, we'll compare and contrast Tulsi. I've already said that. So, forget that. Now we'll go to Valmiki Ramayana. Here and there, we have to go and talk about Giridhar Das and Kamban and all this. Okay, because Ramayana is a big katha. My life goes Ramayana. So, Bharadwaja abhigamanam prayagecha sahasanam. Agire gamanam tesham tatraihi upalakshitam. So I have seen upalakshitam. Guha's messengers come and tell. Well, if you take Tulsidas Ramayan, Guha was himself there, whereas in Valmiki, no, through some other messenger or somewhere, take it that Guha informed Sumantara. Who was Sumantara? Sumantara was the minister and charioteer of Dasaratha. Agirehe gamanam agirehe. When they saw the hills, Rama settled in Chitrakoot. So all that 1 day story, 2 slokas. Anugyata sumantre ata yojayitva hayottamane ayodhya meva nagarim prayayau ghada dhurmana. Dejected, ghada dhurmana. Ghada dhurmana taranam katam. That is what I said. How do you ghada dhurmana means so much diffused, ghad, so much. God say hard aata hai, English. They say Sanskrit word to ghad. That means hard. Hard sorrow. It is not going to go away. God say hard aata hai. Chamatkar, language chamatkar. Anyway, okay, God say hard utpanna hota hai. God dhurmana mane sorrow. Anugyata sumantreta. So he took off from Guha, Anugya, after he is receiving the send off from Guha. Atha afterwards, yojayitva hayottaman. Because we have seen Sumantara is very capable of driving the chariot 1 feet above from the ground. Can you do that? He was able to do it. He can do it. Of course, those are all dynamics and things like that. So, hayottaman, it depends on the knack of the charioteer and then the type of the horse and then the structure of the chariot. Okay. So, hayottaman science. We have seen so many things, math and science in Valmiki Ramayana. Anugyata sumantreta yojayitva yottaman ayodhyameva nagarim prayayau. He left to Ayodhya with so much grief. Gada durmana. It is not going. I said what I said. The rasa changes always. Now vilalapa, cry and cry and cry. Cry baby sarga. Sokarasam. Last sarga was Sringara Rasam. Now Sokarasa. I'll take that. Because life is like that. Ups and downs, ups and downs. That's why they say, 30 வருஷம் வாழ்ந்தவாளும் இல்லை தாழ்ந்தவாளும் இல்லை. There's not one man will never witness sorrow forever. It will change. That is nature. Same thing. Even for Rama it happened. Who are we? So, Savanani Sugandhini Saritascha Saramscha Pashyannayatiyau Shigram Gramani Nagaranicha. He was forcing himself. He did not see the fragrance. Savanani Sugandhini. Because why? It is spring season. Chaitre Maase Vasante. It's all happening in Chaitra Maase. Vasantarutu. Vasante, Jojishtome Jeta. People are doing Jojishtoma everywhere. Havan. When it is Havan, the Meg comes, rain pours. So it is Sasya Shamala. Everywhere green. Sumantara didn't pay his attention. Savanani Sugandhini Saritascha. Sarita mane river. Saramsi mane lake. Imagine Sanskrit walk also will come. Savanani Sugandhini Saritascha Saramscha Pashyannati Ayau. He saw, but nothing changed him. Ati Ayau Yanti. So he was running on the chariot. Shigram Gramani Nagarani. He passed by Grama and Nagara. How much is the distance between Prayag and Ayodhya? We have studied that calculation. 240 to 250 kilometers as of today. How does he go? He first comes and settles on the bank of Tamasa river, today's Ajamgarh. So from Prayagraj to Ajamgarh is roughly about 172 kilometers, give or take. From Ajamgarh, he will go again through the same direction on the banks, following parallel on the banks of Tamasa, until it reaches Sarayu. That is again 170 kilometers. So roughly 240 kilometers. He just took 3 days to cross. Valmiki documents it. Ramayana should be studied like that. Pade swadu. Savanani Sugandhini Saritascha Saramchita Pashyan Ati Yayau Shigram Gramani Nagarani Tataha Sayanam Samaye Tritiyahani. See, Tritiyahani, on the third evening, he took 3 days to come to Ayodhya. Tataha afterwards, Saya Ahanne, evening, Ahanna day, Sayamane, when the things are coming to settle down, Sayanne, Sayankale, Sayahane, Samaye, Tritiyahani, Saratihi, Triti, on the day, third day, it took 3 days for this Sumantara. Memory is correct. So, Triti Ahani Sara Saratihi Ayodhyam Samanuprapya Niranandam Dadarsha. Everywhere despair. So, it took from the place of Guhas Abad on Singabreri Pura 3 days, day and night. Only he must have stopped doing Sandhyavandan. Because if you skip Sandhyavandan, it is Apyavaya, particularly for 3 Varnas. Anyway, so imagine so much beauty. Tataha Sayanne Samaye Tritiyahani Saratihi Ayodhyam Samanuprapya Niranandam. Everywhere despair. It was like Niranandam. No noise, nothing. No merry, no prayer, no bell ringing. Despair. Niranandam. No sound. Smashan Jaisa. Sasunyam Iva Nishabdam Drishtva Paramadhurmana. Imagine Soka. So Valmiki is going to put in all in 32 letters, all this you have to capture. Cinematic scene, he will say, crying, beating their chest. Sumantraha chintaya masa shoka vega sama shoka. Everywhere crying, Ye Ram, you left me. Dasarath is going away. We didn't know what to do. Now, the Ayodhya is going to come under the dictatorship of Kutila Nicha Buddhi Kaikeyi. Imagine dictatorship. Oh, even now we have so many such things. Imagine, Ayodhya, na yodhyam saktate iti Ayodhya. There was no people who tell truth in Ayodhya. Is it bad or good? பொய் இல்லையால் உண்மை இல்லை. Kamban says, because there is truth only if there is falsehood. If everybody is speaking the truth and everybody is acting according to righteousness, how do you know there is something called unrighteousness? You see, Vyatireka, Kavya Chamatkar, Vyatirekam. So people never told truth. Then you will think that why the Ayodhya you are saying people are not telling the truth? Because there was nothing apart from truth. So people did not know there is an opposite side of truth called false. So there is no false. So when people even didn't know that there is falsehood, why do you worry about it is truth or false? So poi illayel unmayal. People never gave. People never gave. People were not benevolent. Because they didn't know to keep. They didn't know to be a miser. They kept on giving. And more importantly, nobody was begging. Everybody was resplendent with everything. Ayodhya was flowing with milk and honey. So where is the question of giving alms? No. So there is nobody need to give anything. So they did not know whether to give or not give. That was the wealth of Ayodhya. That is going to be taken over by this Kaikeyi Dhur Shoka Vega Samata. Kamban says that beautifully. This Ramayana gives its gifters keep on giving. How many Ramayana? In Assam Ramayana. In Kritibas ka Bengal Ramayana. Adhyatma Ramayana, Vasishta Rachita Adhyatma Ramayana. Edithachan Rahita Kerala me Edithachan Rahita Edithachan Ramayana. Tyagaraja Ramayana, Kamba Ramayana. Unbelievable Ramayana. Kaschin Sagaja Sa Asva Sajana Sajana Dipa Rama Santa Paduke na Rama Sant. Even there was no elephants. There were no horses. What was the name of the elephant Ram cared for? What is it called? Quiz in Ramayana. We have studied. What is the name of the pet elephant Rama reared and cared for? You should take notes. Satrunjaya. The name we have studied that. Where did we study? When Rama was asked to be crowned as a Yavaraja, he made sure, Dasaratha made sure Rama would come in Satrunjaya. And there was a very unique white umbrella, Sweta Chhatri, because that is destined for Yuvaraj. If it is Yuvaraj, there are so many number of spikes in that umbrella, which we also studied. What is it? You have to study and pass Ramayana in my days. These are all, you miss it. That's why the tutor will ask. In my case, my family people, they will ask, how many spikes were there in the Chhatra Rama was given? Where does it come? Who says? Sita says, when Rama comes after Kaikeyi asks Rama to go to the Vana, he gave up all the paraphernalia. He comes walking. So Sita yonder says, where is Satrunjaya? I thought my beloved will be crowned as a Yavaraja and he will be seated on this diamond and gold studded Satrunjaya. So he says, where is Satrunjaya? One question. And I didn't see the white umbrella. What's the big deal? Sita says, Shata Shalakena, Shalaka mane spike. Shata, 100 spikes. I didn't see the white umbrella destined for Yuvaraja, crown prince, which will have 100 spikes. Shata Shalakena. That is Ramayana. 24,000 slokas. 32 times 20, 640 sargas. Pade Pade. Then only you can claim that you have mastered. Who? Nobody can claim that. Hundreds of times I have read Moola Ramayana. Every time new. Sometimes I have to study Paniniyam. Sometimes I have to study Amarakosh, Pramanika, Jain. Amarasimha wrote Amarakosh. You have to refer. Otherwise you can't sit in this Vyasapita and lecture such confidentially. That is Swadhyaya na pramaditavyam. Don't neglect self-study. Swadhyaya na pramaditavyam. Pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Veda says. That's why Pandit should know the meaning, not simply ring the bell and do puja. then what is the purpose of doing? Okay, Rudra, Abhishek. What is the purpose of Rudra Abhishek? Abhisheka Priya Rudra. Rudra is burning. No, he is nothing but Rudra. Rudam Dravayati iti Rudraha. That's why you say Mrityunjaya mantra. Ved say, Ved mein aata hai. I don't know whether you recited it or not. It should be there. Mamritayoho Mukshiya Mamritat Mukshiya. Please free me from all the binding. Rudra. Rudam Dravayati iti Rudra. Shiva, who can quench my tears. Rudam Dravayati. You can burn my tears. That's how you should do the Rudra Puja. Anyway, none of my business. So, whatever happened. So, Kaschinni Sagaja Saswa Sajana Sajanadipa. All are crying. Small kings who come and beck and call of Dasarath have come, stayed here for 5 days. They didn't know what to do. Even the horses cry. Why I brought the name of the Sagaja? What was the name of the Gaja? The elephant. Because that is the reason I digressed. No Gajendra. It is called Satrunjaya. Gajendra is different Bhakta. Anyway. Iti chinta parasuta vajibihi shigra patibihi na nagaradvara samasadya tvaritaha. So he all his chinta was to go and report to Dasharatha that Rama has gone according to the orders of Chotima. Sumantram abhiyantam tam shatashota sahasrashaha kvarama iti prichanne sutam abhyadravanara. Where then everybody, hundreds and thousands of people, this is again cinematic scene. Hundreds and thousands of people were coming and standing. I didn't say, Valmiki will say, Prasasada Chandra Chakasam. There were balconies, that balconies were hitting the moon. That is Kavi Prasam. Don't take literally, can these balconies hit the moon? That means it was like multiple towers, huge towers on the city of Ayodhya. People left everything, thousands and hundreds in throws. They came and stood there. Sumantram Abhiyantam, having seen Sumantara come, Tam shatasho ata sahasrasha, whether it could be hundreds, whether it could be thousands. Everybody left everything. They didn't even feed their just born baby. Avum ajudana. That young babies were crying and crying. People didn't care. Andre piranda seyum ajudadu. Just born, the mother begot, left, gone. You can ask whether you could do, because this is to portray the soga. Now you have to take it as a kavya. Don't let's nitpick. Take it as a kavya. Think in the same stuff. Kvarama iti prichanne sutam abhyadravan nara. Kvarama, where is Rama? Why are you coming? You went with him. What is the purpose of you coming empty? This chariot is empty. Kvarama? Kidhar hai? Tesham sashamsa gangayam ahamam prichaya ragavam anugyato nrivirtosmi dharmikena mahatman nrivirtosmi. I was told to go anugya. They have given an orders that I should leave. I don't ask me, ye praja, ye Ayodhya ke log, don't ask me. What can I do? He said, Ram said go, so I have to come. Anugyato nrivirtosmi dharmikena mahatman. Dharmika, he is the man. Who is Rama? Rama is nothing but walking embodiment of Dharma. Ramaha Vigravan Dharmaha Sadhu Satya Parakramaha. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Because he is the walking embodiment of righteousness. Dharma here. Aram. Righteousness. I was asked to go. I came. That's all. I didn't want to come. I didn't know what to do. He said go. I came. That's all. Dharmikena Mahatmanate Tirna iti vigyaya bhashpa purna mukha janaha aho dhik. Heck, you didn't do your job. Aho dhik, we didn't know what to do. See, the words also comes. Dhik. Dhik means heck. If you loosely translate into English, Valmiki puts that. Aho dhik ho, alas, ayo in Tamil. Aho, durbhagya. Alas, dhik, heck, iti nishwasya, people were panting, nishwas. People are going to faint. See, I told you, this sarga is a thematic depiction of sorrow. Aho dhikiti nishvasya ha Ram. You didn't come. Some old lady fell. Aho dhikiti nishvasya ha Rameti cha chakrushu. People were beating their chest. Chakrushu. Yelling. That is how Ramayana Katha. There was a guy called Ramayani Maharaj who made Tulsi Ramayana itna bahut badhiya. ये तो गीता प्रेस का कथा वाचक थे रामायणी महाराज. He will enact Ramayana from Vyasapit. People in Avdi, people in Bhojpuri, they won't understand. But the way he told Ram Katha, नाडी नाडी में goosebump. इसीलिए आज भी that Ganges belt इतना सनातन में दृढ़. उत्तर प्रदेश, उत्तरांचल, बिहार, छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, गुजरात, गुर्जर देश, Brajabhumi, because it is in their blood. I don't care whether Rama there or not. Ramayani Maharaj to बताया, मुरारी बापू ने बताया, ठीक है. इवन इन वो मुरारी बापू जी पूज्य है, वो तो तुलसी रामायण ही बताते हैं. भारत में भी उसका इतना कंठस्थ. ये ते तीर्णा इति विज्ञाय बाष्पपूर्ण मुखा जना. पीपल वर क्राइंग क्राइंग क्राइंग. अहो धिगिति निश्वस्य हा रामेति च चक्रुषु. वर्ड्स फ्लो. देवीं वाचम अजनयंत. दे गॉड हैज गिवन मम चंदा देव सरस्वती. यू सी द थर्ड सर्गा वी saw when we began Ramayan. ब्रह्मा जी comes. ये मेरे पत्नी सरस्वती तो आपका नाक में होगा. इधर देखते हैं ना, इधर प्रत्यक्ष. अहो दिग्गिति निश्वस्य हा रामेति चक्रुषु सुश्राव च वसस्तेषां बृंदम बृंदम च तिष्ठ. Group and group of people came. Bhrindam bhrindam, group and group and group of flocks and flocks of people came. Where is Ram? Where is Ram? Where is Ram? Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Hey Ram Ram Ram. Ram Naam Satya. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Everywhere it was only Ram Naam. That's why in Gujarat you say Sri Jai Krishna, whereas in Ganga that depends Ramji, Jai Ramji ki. That is what they say. No good morning, how do you do, howdy, nothing. Jai Ramji ki. Whether positive or negative. Ram Naam Satya. Jai Bol Ram. Ramo Ramo. Where did it come? Valmiki's Ghatha. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Imagine 41 years before I did contest all pores, which is his meherbani. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. The life itself became Ram Ram Ram. The entire Ayodhya became just reverberating with Ram. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Rama Bhoot. It became everywhere Ram, always Ram. The air was sounding Ram. The horse were making noise Ram. The elephants were screaming with noise. Everything was Ram. That kind of psychotic atmosphere. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Rama Bhoot. Jagat Abhoot. The entire universe became Ram. Ramo, that's why Gandhi also said Ram, Ram, Ram. Ramayati iti Ramaha, Ramena ayete iti Ramaha. Everything that gives us peace of mind. Ram bol. Ramo 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 iti prajanam abhavan katha. Ramabhoot Jagat Abhoot Rame Rajyam Prashasate. When Rama was ruling, when Dasarath was ruling, everything, forget Dasarath. That man, why is he living? People ask. Why Dasarath still has to live? He has that Ram. We want only Ram. So, Rame 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 iti Jagat Bhoot Rama Bhoot Jagat Abhoot Susravacha Vachastesham Bhrindam Bhrindam Tatishtatam. Even if I recite this sloka, goosebumps. Sanskrit itana about Badiyavani. Hata asma khalu. We are dead. I'm a Tamilian. That is the problem. What is the problem in learning one language? Look, I recite Gujarati, I recite Tamil, I recite Avdi. What is wrong? Some people. Athasma khalu ye ne pashyama iti ra. Athasma, let us all be dead. Asma, heck, let's all be dead. What is the purpose of living? Whatever said and done, that is Devavani. No other language. You can squeeze all this. What I am enacting, 15 slokas in one sarga. It's enacting. Depends. If the Katha Vachak is able to do, then see, 32 letters. I have shown the theater here, Hollywood movie. Shushravacha vasastesham brindam cha titratam athasma kaluye neha pashyami. I am only seeing smashan. Athasma kaluyeva pashyami. Hatha, we are seeing everybody dead here. Manasik mein, not Vyaktatva mein, Manasik mein. Athasma kaluye neha Pashyama iti ragavam dana yajna vivaheshu samajeshu mahatsucha. Wherever there is yajna, where there is a baby born, wherever there is a death in the family, the first one to come to help was Rama. He is one among us. He is not the Yuvaraja. What will happen to all the dana yajna vivaheshu samajeshu mahat? Any activity in this samaj, it's void. It's not going to happen. We don't know what to do. Everything Ram. Cleaning, putting chair, ornamenting, everything Ram. Na drakshamaha punarjatuhu dharmikam ramamantara. Where can I see antara ramam dharmikam kim? Where can we see dharmic activity vina Rama? तो धर्म तो चल बसे. फिर क्या धर्म एक्टिविटी? संभ्रमा किधर? सभी गया. धान यज्ञ विवाहेषु समाजेषु महत्सुचा न द्रक्ष्यामः. We will not be able to see any positive activities. न द्रक्ष्यामः. धार्मिकं राममन्तरः. Without vinaramam dharmika activity na. Kim samartha janasyasya kim priyam kim sukavaham. What is sukha afterwards? All gone. No light, gloom and doom. Iti ramena nagaram pitruhu vad paripalitam. Rama, basically he was the de facto king. Pitruvat paripalitam ye nagaram. I told you, no, shoka. Sloka after sloka, shoka. Whereas, how did Rama began? Shokatvam slokama agataha manishada pratishtantam agamaha sashvati sama yad krauncha mitunat ekam avadhi kama mohitam. Shoka slokatvam agata. Either shokameva agata. This sarga, Vilalapa sarga. I told you, cry and cry and cry. Sanskrit flows. Kim samartha janasyasya kim priyam kim sukavaham iti ramena nagaram pitruvati paripalitam. What will we do? This guy was 60,000-year-old guy. Do you think that he had some sense to run this country? It was all figurehead. It was Dasarath. Everything was Rama. Vata yanagatanam cha strinam anvatarapanam. I told you, cinematic scenes. The people all came and stood in the windows. The Sanskrit name for window is Vata Ayana Gatha. Ayana mane movement. Where air goes, here no air. Air comes in windows. If you go to India, all the doors, Italy and all, you will see all the doors open. Vata Ayana Gatham. The place where air can go, that is known as window. Sanskrit word. Quiz. What is the word for windows in Sanskrit? Vata Ayana. Ayana mane path. Gatam. The path where air can go is window or door. Take it like that. Dhwar mane dhwar. Vata Ayana Gatam. Vata mane vataf pavatam. Vata mane which can move forcefully. That is air. Vata Ayana Gatam cha strinam anvata. Anvatara apanam. Apanam mane the stores. Gujaratis keep stores, no, in Rajkot, in Jamnagar, everywhere, stores, roadside stores. So people were standing there, flocked. People were standing on the balconies. No windows were seen because windows were all only with human heads. Sri, lady's head. Rama shoka abhitaptanam shushrava paridevanam. They were weeping, paridevanam. So much loud, boisterous voice. Women were beating their chests and crying like Mandodari will cry. Mandodari will do Vilalapa. That is a great scene in Yuddhakanda. When Iski Icha permits, we will go that far. Vata ayana gatanam cha strinam anvatarapanam Rama shoka abhitaptanam. They were burning, not with kama. They were burning with Rama shoka abhitaptanam. Tapta mane burn. Abhitaptanam shushrava paridevanam. Paridevanam shushrava. All were like mashana sound. Sa Rajamarga Madhyena Sumantram Pihita Anana. Sumantara could not see, so he covered his eyes. Pihita mane cover. Pihita anane. He covered his eyes. Don't ask me then, because that is what is Hayottama. The horses were trained themselves, so they will go and stop at the palace of Dasharatha. Sa Rajamarga Madhyena Sumantraha Pihita anana. Yatra Raja Dasharatha Tadavopyayau Griham. I told you, no? That is science. So that is the reason you close the lard for the horses. So these horses were well trained. So this was going through the shops in the main prime street, like this 82nd and slide, prime streets of Ayodhya, and then the horses stopped at the doorstep of the palace of Raja Dasharatha. Yatra Raja Dasharatha Tadeva Upayayau. Well stopped. It went properly and stood at the doorstep of Dasharatha. Saha Avatirya Rataschigram Rajaveshma Pravishya Avatirya. He could not see the vision here. He jumped. Avatirya. He dreamt out of the chariot. How many horses that chariot was drawn? The drawn was by 4 horses. 4. Chatur Uttama Hayottama. So Saha Avatirya Rathaschigram Raja Veshma Mane Palace. Raja Veshma Pravishyacha Kakshya Sapta Vichakrama. Beautiful. How much was the palace? The palace was big. There were 7 walls. Sapta Abhichakrame. He has to cross 7 walls to reach the palace. So with 7 circular walls, one wall after one wall after one wall. The 8th place was 8th Kaksha, or the 8th stan was Dasaratha. Kakshya Sapta Abhichakrama Mahajana Samakula. In that place, the entire city of Ayodhya, figuratively, was crowded. Pavamana Sudurupatu Padara Vindamulaku Ninama Rupamulaku Nitya Jaya Mangalam. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Shoka Samaye Atmanameva Tishtati. It is only your confidence that can give you the strength to overcome Shoka. Please understand, every life, whether you are a great Sankaracharya or you are a Pope or whatever, they have to go through the cycle of dukkha or papa. It is up to you. Samadukka sukha kshami. It is up to you to take it. But iduvum kadandu pogum. Personal life, my own life, Ramayana Pratyaksha, ups and downs. Still, karmanyevadikaraste, keep on marching. Mangalani Santu.